We got slammed again just outside the Golden Gate on the way home. After everything it took to get up to Bodega Bay, we thought we were through, but we weren't. 15-foot swells, badly timed. The boat going 4 miles an hour, going down one side and then launching off the crest. 2 hours we were staring at the Golden Gate Bridge the whole time. It was our beacon of hope right there in front of us, but we just couldn't get to it. I'm going to tell you what that felt like, but I'm also going to tell you what it cost, what it took to plan, and what broke before we even made it out the gate. The day we had to turn back, and the 5 things I would do differently now, because a $10,000 Bayliner took me into the open Pacific multiple times. And every time I learned a lesson that I wasn't going to be able to learn any other way. I need to tell you about this boat. 32 feet, baby. Twin Hino diesel engines. $10,000. I bought her knowing enough not to be scared of her, but not enough about what she was about to teach me. I grew up 12-foot aluminum boat on this Delta. I came up through ski boats, a Sea Ray, and eventually found myself at the helm of a 32-foot cruiser, thinking the bay isn't enough. What else is out there? Multiple passages, big ones like Monterey, Bodega Bay, Half Moon Bay, the Pacific Ocean on a boat that I paid $10,000 for. Now, there's a version of this story that gets told at boat shows, and then there's the real version. This is the real version. Now, before you leave the bay, before you even pull your lines from the dock, there are 5 things you have to have right. Now, not mostly right, actually right. So let's get these 5 items on the board. First one, weather window. So let's get this one on the board. So weather window, we're talking NOAA Marine Forecast, not your phone's weather app. We're talking waves, intervals, wind, visibility, swells at 6 feet at 10+ second intervals for a 32-foot cruiser. Anything tighter, it's going to be a rough ride. Okay, now let's get that second item on the board. So number 2, fuel load. Top off before you leave every time. On the Bayliner, 60 gallons to the twins at 7 gallons an hour gives you a real world range about 8 hours. Know your burn rate, know your range, and then add 20%. Okay, let's get third on the board, mechanical check. Okay, mechanical check. Bilge pumps, impellers, oil checks, fuel filters, water temp at operating temp. The fuel filter that fouled on us looked fine at the dock. It was the new diesel that we took on that fouled it within hours. Fourth, crew brief. Everybody knows the route, contingencies, and what to do if something goes wrong. She knew the interior helm. She had taken the wheel before, and that matters. And number 5, abort criteria. Agree on what conditions turn you around. Not in the moment, before. Because in the moment, nobody wants to be the one that says it. We checked every box, but on the way out, before we reached the gate, the port engine starts pulling back. We came down out of the Delta and into the Carquinez Straits, working towards the Crockett Bridge, well inside the bay. The Golden Gate was still hours ahead of us. And 2 things happened at once. The wind came up and the port engine started pulling back. The storm hit us right there on the strait. Rain on the lens, wind on the screens. We ended up pulling the screens off so I could drive from the interior helm. We were doing 11 miles an hour. Baby, it was getting nautical.
We gotta pull the screens off of the front of the boat so we can drive from the inside and move inside. It's too stormy.
And at the same time, the port engine, fuel filter clogged. We think it was the new diesel we took on. Fresh fuel into old tanks to stir sediment at the bottom. one engine at reduced power, and one running fine. Now here's what you do. Don't panic. You pull the bad engine to idle and you run the good one. On a twin, you can still make way forward. Less maneuverable, but still moving. We couldn't clear the filter underway in that weather. So we limped in on the one good engine and tied up in San Francisco to fix it properly. An unplanned overnight stop. And here's the part that mattered. That delay cost us our weather window. By the time we were running again the next day, the conditions that we had planned around were gone. That storm in the Strait, it was bad. I want to be honest with you. It was nothing compared to what was coming. Day 2, we left the dock and headed for the open ocean, out towards the Golden Gate, the same water that beats up boats bigger than mine every week. We went under the gate and the conditions were wrong. Not maybe wrong. Wrong. And here's the moment that every offshore skipper's going to face at least once. Do you push it or do you tuck tail and try again tomorrow?
It's taken about 2 hours to get this far out past the Golden Gate Bridge. Now we're making the tough choice whether or not we're going to be able to make it to Bodega before nightfall. If we can't make it before nightfall, got to do the safe choice and tuck tail and run and see if we can't try again. Anyways, we'll keep you posted.
We turned back. What would you do? Comment down below. There's no trip in the world that's worth your crew and your boat tied up again and waited one more day. That's not failure. That's seamanship. Day 3, we tried again. And this time, the Pacific let us out. Day 3 started beautiful. I mean, genuinely beautiful. Flat morning light, the coast off to starboard, and whales. We had whales off the boat for a couple hours, and I thought, this is the day. This is why you do this. And then we came up on the Point Bonita lighthouse. This is on the Marin side, just outside the gate by, a couple hours, maybe about 2 hours.
But we've got rain, and we still got about 10 to 15 miles to go, another hour in the rain.
And it turned. It turned to hell for 2, almost 3 hours.
Oh, it's getting nautical out here, guys. We're starting to see 10-foot swells. We're just coming around the bend of Point Reyes. We just passed Point Reyes Lighthouse out that way. That was a little tricky as the rocks and so forth, they jet out quite a bit, almost about 100 yards out from the mainland there.
The kind of water where the boat's working up one face and then drops off the back. And everybody goes quiet and you just drive.
Things have turned from bad to a little dicey. We can't see the shore now. We're going straight on our track.
7 hours, dock to dock, San Francisco up to Bodega Bay. In that last stretch into Bodega Bay, a second storm came in on top of it. Fog, rain, wind. We came into the harbor beat to hell, and weather looking for the channel. The boat handled it. The Bayliner, she's heavier than she looks. Those twin Hino diesels, they just kept going. It was I was the variable. My planning, my read of the window, the decision to go, even though it had turned. But we made it. We were in Bodega Bay. That night in Bodega Bay, our crew celebrated. Wine, beer, a real dinner, and the whole day behind us. 60-some nautical miles, a storm, a breakdown, and a day where we had to turn back.
All right, everybody, we are sitting having a team dinner and finally made it. Over a 60 nautical mile journey, and that's just from our last point. For us it was quite the epic trip. And anyways, we wanted to on the Pacific Ocean, yeah. which can be a little bit of a beast, as we found out today.
The big boy ocean.
Yeah, so the big boy ocean. So cheers to that.
This is for big boys only. Big boys only.
And we're sitting at a table laughing about it. No broker showed me that table. No boat show told me it was coming. But here's the thing about a passage. Getting there is only half of it, because we still had to get home. And the way home had just one more thing waiting for us. 6 days later, we left Bodega Bay to come home. Now, I want to tell you about the potato patch, because if you make any coastal passage near San Francisco, you need to know about it. It's a shallow bar just outside the Golden Gate. The Pacific swell comes in from the west, hits that shallow shelf, and the waves stack and break. Even on days that look fine 10 miles out, conditions there can be double what the forecast says. Every passage north or south of San Francisco crosses it. We survived the storm in the strait, the breakdown, the day we turned back, the hell at Point Bonita. We were almost home. We could see the gate. 15-foot swells, badly timed, about 25 seconds apart, which might sound generous until you watch an 8-foot buoy marker disappear behind a wave face for 2 hours, staring at the Golden Gate Bridge the whole time. The beacon of hope right there in front of us, and we just had to take it.
All right, we're officially entering the bay again. Thank God. We got pounded just outside there in what they call the potato patch. We were greeted again with 15-foot swells, but they were unfortunately timed probably about 25 seconds apart. The dock for tonight is the Presidio Yacht Club just outside the Golden Gate here. So anyway, should make for some great pictures and a beautiful sunset if the fog doesn't come rolling on in thick.
Wave after wave until we came through. The boat was fine. She was always fine. I was the variable every single time.
We did it. I tell you that we got slammed again. Coming into the Golden Gate Bridge in the potato patches, they call it. Good 15-foot swells, but again, they were a little more spaced out, and it only lasted for about 30 minutes. So a lot better than the 3-hour aquatic hell that we were in for a little while there.
Yeah,
And that's exactly what these passages have taught me. 5 things I learned. Lesson 1, the potato patch. That's the real gate. You cannot understand it by just reading a description. Respect it before you experience it, because experiencing it without respect is genuinely dangerous. Okay, let's get lesson 2 on the board. That's mechanical failures underway. The fuel filter didn't fail at the dock. It failed on the way out and cost us a day. Spare filters aboard, a crew that can hold the helm while you work. This isn't optional preparation. This is the preparation. Now, lesson 3, your abort criteria. We turned back on day 2, and that was the right call. In the moment, nobody wants to say it. The decision to turn around is always clearest before you leave the dock. Lesson 4. A $10,000 boat. The Bayliner made every passage, not because she was the best boat for the mission, but because I understood her and didn't overload her and respected what she could and couldn't do. Lesson 5. What makes you ready for your next boat? That's a fun one. I'm planning to take Ecstasy to Mexico, a 60-foot Hatteras on a long passage. I would not be ready for that without the Pacific runs on a $10,000 32-foot Bayliner. The ladder is real. Climb it. I still own the memory of every one of those days. The storm in the strait, the filter at the dock in San Francisco, the day we turned back, Sarah at the helm, the whales, the beautiful morning, the hell at Point Bonita, the crew celebrating in Bodega Bay, and the patch on the way home with the gate right in front of us. No broker showed me that. No boat show told me it was coming. The $10,000 Bayliner gave it to me because I went out there and did the work. That's why I'm here now, and that's how you earn the next boat. If you're planning a coastal passage or even thinking about it, the blueprint has a couple of frameworks dedicated just to that. Every checkpoint, every decision, the potato patch in plain English. Free toolkit is down below. The yacht buying blueprint, check that link down below too. And let's go boating, baby.